to your practice. Today we'll explore flamingo, a full body integrative flow. So go ahead and come flat on your floor, on your mat. You can keep the legs bent at the start if you'd like. And as you come flat on your back today, feel into the lower spine, all the way up to the back of the skull. Scan the body and notice from one shoulder to the other, the neck. Feel all the sensation. Take your time and notice what it's like to lengthen through one leg and then the other. Let the toes dance a wee bit. With the eyes closed, feel into the back body, from the heels to the knees, from the knees all the way up to where the leg meets the torso. Notice the fullness of one leg and then the other. Is there any deep-seated exhaustion? Any discomfort of any kind? How are the legs speaking to you? All these subtleties. The sensation. And then the sit bones. Are they even or uneven today? And what does that lower back feel like? And how far is it off the mat? And now take that long journey to the mid-spine, right underneath the sternum. And notice what that feels like. Fan broad and wide to the back of the shoulders here. Notice one and then the other, and the weight, the sensation, and all the subtleties of the shoulders. Go ahead and dive deeply through the brow to where you think the middle of the brain is. A little rock at the back of the skull while you do so. Feel two streams of light as you inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose or the mouth. As we light up our command center, the secretary of the body, we allow it to sift and sort and register all this valuable information of the body, our starting point right here. Take that internal snapshot as you come into stillness and feel for one more breath here. Then go ahead and drag up one foot and then the other. In flamingo, we start on our side body, so go ahead and drag the hips over to the left and roll over to your right side. Use the lower arm as a pillow. You might need a blanket underneath the head once we come into the pose. So go ahead and take that lower arm forward. Reach it outward from the shoulder. Here's where you'll discover if you need a pillow or not. The head will come downward, the brain a little bit lower. It might feel good for some of you, and for some of you, you might need some height underneath the head so that that lower shoulder has a little bit more room to drop into. Then place that top hand right into the bottom hand and feel shoulder over shoulder. Head downward or up onto a pillow blanket. And then feel into that top leg. Knees are bent. Like you're sitting in a chair. Knees can be just slightly lower than the hips. Dust off your visionary skills and bring all your awareness to that big toe. Imagine now it's a highlighter You're going to draw various lines downward to the bottom of your mat. So go ahead and draw your first line down, all the way down to the bottom of your mat. Feel that top hip roll forward. It will carry the shoulder with it. The forehead might roll into the mat, outreaching that bottom hand a little or a lot. Take a breath or two in this wilted flower stance, a slumpasana. Another breath. And on your next natural breath, drag that top leg back up. Feel the inseam and the drag. Carry that top thigh towards the belly. As you do, feel that top hand drag on the arm, to the elbow, to the shoulder. The back of the head might roll into the mat, the floor. That top hand might drag across the heart center, outreaching into a T shape. The nose might follow into a beautiful twisty spine here. Notice how you feel for a breath or two. Or continually move in a fluid style motion. The hand can come back into the chest. That top leg can drag down. Maybe a new location, a new color of highlighting that line downward. Coming forward with the forehead. And then continually moving. That top leg can come back slowly, as slow as you comfortably can, taking these beautiful, mindful, deliberate pauses anywhere along the line. If it feels delicious to stay on your back in a beautiful twisty spine, please do. Or continually move. That top arm can come upward towards the sky. Paint that rainbow. Feel and sense as it moves. And as we move like this together, I'll add on. So one more add-on, one more variation to this. So once that top hand is in the bottom hand, go ahead and draw a line down through that top leg and drag the top arm above the crown in a semicircle. Then drag that top leg back towards the belly as that top arm comes to the other side in a cactus shape. Give a little press through both arms into the floor, and then go ahead and come all the way back. As you do, that top leg can drag down. Like a yawn, you reach in opposite directions, and then you come forward. Feel that top leg, elbow to knee connection. It never has to get there. Or maybe you roll into a ball. And then you reach out like a yawn. Semicircle that top arm. Bring it into a cactus shape. Top leg rests on the bottom leg. A little press into the arms. And then float that top arm up towards the ceiling, all the way back home. Take a breath and feel for a moment. Top hand rest in bottom hand as you roll onto your back into a body scan. Feel how well the body can rest here. As you float your awareness up the midline and divide your body in two. Feel that top edge side, the left side, from the toes to the knee, all the way to where the leg meets the torso. Feel that leg and the quality. the sensations from the hip to the shoulder. And then what is it like on the other side? Take your time. From the shoulder downward, feel into all of the subtleties of rolling this way and that way on that bottom edge. And let's go ahead and set up for the next side by bending up the knees. Drag the hips to the right while you roll onto the left side now. And feel for a moment this fetal pose. We'll come straight into it by dragging that bottom hand forward. Allow the bottom top hand to rest into it. Notice if you need a pillow here. Or maybe this side feels delicious. And then on your next natural breath, go ahead and drag that top leg down. Feel what this is like as you lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Roll the hip forward. Outreach that bottom hand a little or a lot. Feel what it's like to roll onto the forehead. Relax here if you can. Can you bend that top knee and soften in the shape? How about one more breath? And then go ahead and drag that top leg up. Roll onto the back of the head. Feel the length of that arm to the elbow, to the shoulder. Feel that journey where you would like to explore in your body. It never has to be as big a movement as what I'm suggesting. It can be what's called a micro movement, so a little bit smaller. And whether you're dragging the hand to the elbow and then back again is of no concern. Maybe it's from the wrist to the fingers, a smaller movement. Coming out of discomfort is the name of the game here. So if there's any pain, any pinching or burning, you simply stay away from it. Let this feel good. Wherever you are, in stillness or in continual movement. If that top hand is floating upward towards the ceiling, opening up the heart center, and then coming all the way back home maybe. You might stay in that variation. It might feel delicious for you today. Every time we come to this flamingo twisty spine, full body conversation, find your way. It may be different every single time you come into this exploration. Let curiosity guide you. So maybe the hand is in that bottom hand, and we come into the next add-on where you gently float that top hand above the crown in a semicircle and drag that top leg down. As that top arm comes to the other side in a cactus shape, the top leg finds its way up. You give a little press into the floor through the arms, and then you gently, softly come all the way back home, or rest for a breath or two. Take your time as we move and discover where it feels good, playfully rolling forward and back, and taking up plenty of space here. Lots of room. So one more here. Wherever you are, dragging the fingers or stillness, floating them up, opening all the way up, and breathing. You feel a little something, you're doing it right. slowly, when you're ready, come on into our last body scan and feel what it's like in your body. Notice how you feel as you divide your body in two. Feel one side and then the other. And allow yourself plenty of time to rest here. Namaste.